from Denver. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. He'll be dropped after a gain. To the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. This defense for the Jets, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's fielded at the 34. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
On 1st down, Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Jets at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Wilson's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And coming out now, the Broncos. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin the drive with Williams. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Play action. Now Wilson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Here's Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Wilson will throw again. Man open left side, it's Williams. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Joseph Charlton on now to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. Gets past one man, and he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. Holmes has got it complete. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now Wilson. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas when they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now it's Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And after that play, we've got an injury, and it appears to be to Courtland Sutton. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Jets now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Just shy of the 30. Now Wilson. Finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panic. Carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experience. Because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. Third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. To throw is Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. There's Wilson to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. First and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Again on second and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Wilson on first down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. An incomplete pass on first down, that leads to a second and 10. Wilson will throw again.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. Screenplay set up for Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Boswell's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Airing one out deep for Holmes here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jets get going again, led by quarterback Zach Wilson. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
They go play action now. Wilson. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A give running right is Hall. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And he'll find Hall, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter, look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
All again on 2nd down. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 77 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Wilson and more there for a Jets first. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Welcome back now to Denver.
Here we go. Set.
It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, look at the juke. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Up the middle they go. It's Hawkins, and he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, It's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Anthony Walker, given that O-line fits, he gets in there to drop him.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the level crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They run it again with Williams. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 23. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Blair. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They run. It's Williams. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. New York's offense back out there and set to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that. Ball has it knocked loose.
But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Hall.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Burrows. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Wilson to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
First down now, but that clock rolling. He finds Hopkins complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's got some space here. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Boswell good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That is caught. It's Uzomah. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
One last shot for Wilson. This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete, so no miracle.